Hi everyone, I'm Elisa, otherwise known as Elle, so please call me Elle, and welcome to my Zodiac Wheel reading for July 2019. These readings, as you know, are for those of you that have subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing, and it's wonderful to have you a part of my channel, and I've really enjoyed reading your comments and seeing where my readings are relevant for you. And for those that are new to my channel, I hope you enjoy your monthly Zodiac Wheel reading, and please do like and share and click that subscribe button. Where is it? Over there? Down there? I'm still getting used to the whole camera thing, but I'm getting there, and yeah, so click on that and you will be able to receive any updates, which I do regularly. And if you click the little bell beside the subscribe button, you won't miss any of the notifications. Okay, so these readings are of a general nature. They're not a individual's reading, they're for the collective, and use them as a guide to help you see what is there for you to work with through the months. As this month in particular, we have the eclipses. We have the solar eclipse in Cancer, and we have the lunar eclipse in Capricorn. So interesting balancing act there for a lot of us. We may have noticed balancing career and home, for example. And with this July's wheel, I will be showing you where those eclipses are highlighted for each sign, in what area of your life, or what house associated with each star sign. Now, these readings are for the sun signs, rising signs and moon signs. So take the time and have a look if you know what your rising sign and moon sign is, so that you get a bit of an all-round view of the month that's ahead for you. Now, I will be doing the confirmation reading at the end, where I pick a card to confirm the reading. So at the end of the Zodiac Wheel reading, there will be the confirmation card reading, so do stay tuned for that as well. Now, July really is a transcendental month. It's a month where, with the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse, is the universe's way really of showing us where we need to make change, or where we need to take a bit more notice, and that area of our life will be more emphasized due to the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. So stay tuned also to discover that. Now, I would really like to just thank you all so much for being a part of my channel, and just let you know that the whole being on camera is a little bit new to me. I am getting used to it now that I've been doing it for a little while. But I've never really been a photogenic kind of person, but anyway. Yeah, so I have been having fun discovering how it all works with the YouTube and all of that side of it, the technology side of things. Not that I'm not technically a technology person. I am, because you know, I've been sort of using technology and computers since the 80s. So, but it's more the whole camera thing. but I'm getting used to it. And yeah, so I've taken this opportunity to say hello because you know, we've all got busy lives, but I'm one that practices what I preach, and I need to take some time out to do the things that are you know, filling me with joy. And being allowed to read for you all is definitely filling me with joy. So thank you very much for letting me read for you. So we shall get on with our readings now, and I wish you all a wonderful month ahead, and do let me know in the comments how you feel the solar and lunar eclipse have played out for you, and where you feel that your attentions have been drawn to. Okay? Thank you. And there's your lovely card, Taurus. Lovely, can you see that? So now I would like to start by inviting our spirit angels and guides. Now, our spirit guides are here to guide us to our own beingness. So I invite Great Spirit, angels and my guides to join me in this reading for Taurus, and I give thanks for the messages that come through in this reading for Taurus, for their highest good and for the good of all concerned. Now, Taurus, as it would have it, we have the moon there in the area that governs your persona, the window through which the self views the world, as well as your physical characteristics. Now, with the moon being so prominent, I do feel that there's definitely a link there with the solar and lunar eclipse this month, because July is a very powerful month for eclipses, as we know. We've got the solar eclipse here in July, which is in Cancer, and that's on the 2nd of July, or depending on where you are in the world. In Australia it's the 3rd of July at 5:16 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. So what is the effects of the moon? Well, the moon in Taurus for July will be on the 24th of July, so it's the last quarter moon. So see what's taking place around that time, Taurus. The messages that the moon are giving here for the last quarter moon is showing me that it's a time of stability and security, and setting the rhythm for projects, or maybe the rhythm with work, getting into the rhythm. It's also the lunar eclipse being one that takes place in the full moon in Capricorn on the 16th of July. So in Australia it's the 17th of July. So depending on where you are on the planet to whether or not it's the 16th or 17th. So now the lunar eclipse is a time for clearing away emotional baggage that you might have been carrying around with you for the last 6 months. So there is a clearing away. Things also being revealed. Something that maybe has been kept hidden, or you also, with the moon there in the first house, you are actually revealing something about yourself, or you're seeing things from a different perspective also. And you're certainly feeling intense emotional aspects with this lunar eclipse on the 17th. So yeah, let me know what happens for you. The moon is going to be conjunct Pluto also, so that sort of is demanding that we move forward. Okay, so this lunar eclipse is actually wanting us to move on and change, transformation, illumination. But one of the main things the moon does represent is things being revealed. And it's also a psychic card, the moon. So I do feel that you probably may find, a lot of you Taurus, that you are actually getting psychic messages. Now, next we have rest. So if you've been working really hard, I do feel that you are feeling like resting and hibernating. So for those of you in the southern hemisphere, it could be a case that the weather's going to be a lot colder than what you're hoping for, and for those of you in the northern hemisphere, you might be taking some holidays and actually enjoying your summer up there. So I do feel that this is a time where you can put things into action here through July, Taurus, but you're not rushing. You're taking it slow and steady. The feeling I get with Taurians through July is slow and steady, and getting stability, which brings me to the third house, where for Taurus the solar eclipse is in the third house, and this will be around about the 3rd of July. 2nd to 3rd of July is the solar eclipse, and the solar eclipse is oh, excuse me. The 2nd to 3rd of July, yeah, in Cancer. So it does bring some much needed optimism and very positive influences here with Uranus. So that's really good there for Taurus, because Uranus is in Taurus. So there is some positive energies being given to you with this solar eclipse at 10 degrees of Cancer, where you may find yourself enjoying times with family and friends are signified quite prominently as well. Now you are being given choice here. The card that's influencing that area of communication, short distance travel, and transport, cars, short distance travel, I think I said that, and also neighbourhoods, is represented by your third house, so you could be actually more involved with something that's in your neighbourhood, or even indeed moving neighbourhoods. But the Seven of Pentacles is showing me that there's choice and options there, and the Seven of Pentacles is also saying here that you have been diligently working away at what you want to achieve. Now, with the eclipses, it is a message of a busy time here at the solar eclipse, and being more active and physically involved, and your mind is working at a very precise pace as well. So some of you might find that you're giving speeches, or you're drawn to writing, if you've ever thought of writing stories, or just generally doing a lot more writing in general. It's also good if you're going to be recording something, Taurus. It's also the solar eclipse in the third house signifies signing papers, having more contact, or giving more attention to siblings, brothers and sisters, and the third house is also to do with the neighbourhood that you live in. So that's interesting. And then you also have the opposite, because it's the Cancer Capricorn axis that the eclipses are working on, to your ninth house, which is also being shown here as being to do with your finances. So a very financial energy around for you, and the give and take of money, and the balancing out of that, and making sure that you hold on to what you need to keep in your kitty, and be careful of the choices you make of how you spend it, basically. So with the lunar eclipse being in your ninth house, it's also pertaining to publishing and developing oneself. So the axis there is about travel as well. So I do feel that through July there's travel arrangements that or planning, travel plans being put into place, or it could be actually to do with transport. Now here in your foundation of the base of our wheel is the Queen of Wands. Now this area of the wheel is about family, home, and our foundation. And it's a fire energy being shown to me. So Aries, Sagittarius and Leo. Excuse me. Now I feel with the Queen of Wands there, it's also a very feminine energy that is action orientated. So there's some action needing to be taken to do with your home, family, or building your foundation, so it's a stronger and more stable, because it is being pointed out to me here by my guides that Taurus, you're at that stage where you're needing the stability and you're wanting the stability. And the Queen of Wands, the message that she has that's influencing that the area of where you can build your foundation of stability, is showing that feminine touch, as well as the action, putting the action into it. Now, in the area of fun, entertainment, hobbies, love that is given, and the fun house basically, is the Hangman. So this is saying that you are willing to make the sacrifices that are necessary here, Taurus. The Hangman is a very spiritual card. It is one of enlightenment, and its message is that patience is needed. So if you're finding that you're not able to actually get out and have as much social activity, or there's some sort of sacrifice that you've got to make, but I do feel it's because of financial concerns and connected to wanting to build your foundation and get some solid, secure stuff happening. Very positive energies. And then here with your home and work, you have the world. So Taurus, I feel very strongly they're showing me that you are at the end of the old way. You cannot repeat the old and not suffer. So you're starting on a new cycle, new beginnings, and with work orientated energy, because that's the 6th house energy. It's also about our fitness and our health and looking after that kind of thing. So don't be surprised if you find yourself being more motivated from July onwards. The effects of the eclipse, especially the solar eclipse, can be felt a week before the eclipse and a week after the eclipse, and it also unfolds over a 6-month period. So the manifestation that comes from the eclipse is one of 6 months worth of unfolding. So 6 months from the eclipse, you will see how well you've built these foundations, basically, or if you're on track to achieving what you're setting out to do. And the world there in your 6th house is showing me that you will be feeling very happy. And it's a bit of a confidence builder, really. So the good energies there with that. And remembering that the solar eclipse is a new moon, where the lunar eclipse is a full moon. And the lunar eclipse is later in the month, of course. So having the world at your feet, and you know, your body is your temple, with the world being shown there in your health area as well. And I just feel things to do with, like, if you've been looking for another job or looking to improve your work environment or how you do your work, anything to do with your job is under a very, very positive light there, with that world being influencing that area. Then here in partnerships of all kinds, you have the High Priestess. Now she is the revealer of secrets and wisdom, and sacred wisdom probably is the more appropriate word. So that's a wonderful card to have there in partnerships. So you're going to actually be able to intuitively maybe even a bit of mental telepathy going on there with partners of all kinds, and being able to really switch on to any, like whether if you've got to deal with the public, switching on to their energies. So really picking up the frequencies very strongly here through July, Taurus, and it is being shown quite prominently as well with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana in your wheel spread here, that the universe is really speaking to you if you will only listen. And I do feel you are listening, so you know, don't, which is also being shown to me here with the moon and the High Priestess being on that axis there, which is opposite each other but working in unison really. So I do feel that some of you Taurians out there might actually feel very, very psychic yourself. And so if it's coming through your dream state, get a journal, write it down, because there's some important sacred messages coming to you, and sometimes with our busy days, which you have got returning to action and choices to be made and action being taken in the home, that you may forget your dreams. So try and write them down as soon as you can. Okay? Excuse me. Now, in the area of other people's money, you have a Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knights always represent action and movement, and someone coming to help if you need help, or maybe you're going to help others, because this is the area of the wheel that is about other people. But I do feel the Knight of Pentacles is letting you know that if you're looking for a loan, or maybe dealing with other people with financial debt or credit, that kind of thing is being shown to me here as very positive feedback for you from that. So you're getting some action in the financial area, Taurus, which Taurians love that. So because the Pentacles are earth, represent the earth, and Taurus is the stuff that earth is made of, kind of energy. So it's working in harmony quite well there for you, and there could be some surprises as well. Now here on the axis for the solar and lunar eclipses, you have in the 9th house the Four of Pentacles, holding on and saving, not being a spendthrift, so making sure that your money is used wisely. Now, as I said, the lunar eclipse is in the 9th house for Taurus, so learning what is ultimately true also, and publishing and improving oneself and developing oneself, which is also being shown here with the World. So through this lunar eclipse, there is very strong emotions and clearing away of old baggage. And you're in touch with your own needs and intentions, and will clearly see in any relationship where imbalance is occurring but the cards are showing me that there isn't that much imbalance. There is a need for patience, but there's not that much that's showing me that's out of balance here. So I do feel that that is working in your favour. Okay, so eclipses are a way for the universe to let us know where it is that we need to pay attention. Okay, so the areas in our life where there is a need for change and transformation and transcendence for our highest good. So for you, Taurus, it is in the third house of, as I said, siblings, brothers, sisters, and neighbourhood, and maybe an increase in involvement in the neighbourhood, or it could be a move. Oh, so sorry about that, Taurus. People watching, Kobe, my beautiful chocolate Labrador, just scared the daylights out of me. Okay, so I've regrouped. I think it's valid to mention Kobe is a Taurus, so yes, he is feeling very secure in his newfound home. We've had him for a year now. Anyway, so getting back to your reading, Taurus. Okay, so now, yeah, so neighbourhood is the effects of the solar eclipse that you will be feeling or noticing through the 2nd to the 3rd of July. And remembering that the solar eclipse is in the phase of the new moon, so a wonderful time to set your intentions, make your wishes, and really just feel what's going on around that time. And then on the full moon, on the 16th to 17th of July, here with the lunar eclipse, that is a time when you will be clearing away your emotional baggage, basically. Okay, and it can be described as an intense emotional lunar eclipse because it is in close proximity to Pluto, which is a very intense energy, the Pluto energy. So and also with it being in your 9th house, Taurus, the influence that is being illuminated there. So the spotlight is on this area of your life in your 3rd house, with being very busy and short distance travel, neighbourhoods and siblings. And it's being illuminated, and what your intentions are from the new moon to culmination here with the full moon. And it being in the 9th house is influencing you in a way that is to do with higher education and long distance travel, people from foreign countries, or you may be wanting to save because it's the 4 of Pentacles for your higher education or long distance travel. It's also getting in touch with your philosophies, and I see the 9th house a lot of the time is about expanding our self through spiritual and mental exploration. And it can even be physical, because the ninth house energy is one of athleticism and sport and things like that. So let me know in the comments, Taurus, what actually you feel is playing out for you. But as I said, I'm seeing this as a very positive influences that you're experiencing here through July. Now, in our zenith of the wheel, our 10th house, which is career and how we deal with the outer world and how we function in the outer world, you're planting seeds. And I feel that you're going to be, over the next couple of months, seeing those new endeavours and that you've been working towards growing more and more. And the two of Wands is showing that you can turn your hand to a couple of things, so you're not restricted, and use that creative side of yourself, Taurus, because the energies that are around this month are in a way affecting Taurus and others in a way that we will be retreating, people will be retreating into themselves, or retreating to their safe havens, so to speak. And that is a wonderful time to develop new concepts and new ideas. And there's a couple of things here showing me where you'd want to put things into place. And the energies that are powerful around us, and the frequency that is affecting us and you, Taurus, through the month of July in particular, is one of career versus home. So, or home versus career. So they could be the two directions that you're spending a lot of your time working on as well. Then you have your hopes and fears house, the 11th house, friendships and social groups and activities. And with that, oh, where are we? There we are. You've got the Ace of Chalices, which is the Ace of Cups, which is seeing the world as your cup's half full instead of half empty. Or maybe you are seeing that you feel that your cup's half empty instead of half full, but it's wanting you to use the positive energy and the positive frequencies and not get too caught up in that negative view, because the negative view will bring more negative, because what we think is what we get. So there's new beginnings there, and your feeling of things is quite intense. So you really need to trust your instincts, trust your intuition, that gut feeling. It's right. And that doesn't mean that you have to go telling everybody that you're right or anything. Just know it within yourself and trust it, and be patient with the Hangman here, and let it unfold. Because it's also the frequencies that we're working with here through July is also one of knowing when to speak up and knowing when to just step back a bit and let others sort it out for themselves. You know, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. That's the messages I'm getting here from my guides for you, Taurus. Then here in the area of your health and the subconscious, this is the psychic house, the 12th house. It's karmic debt. And it also represents institutions like hospitals, prisons, things like that. So, and it's being influenced here by the Hierophant. So conforming and making a commitment is a part of your karmic debt, or your karmic credit, if you like. So self-discipline, I feel, is being the main message from this area of the wheel for you, Taurus. And making a commitment and sticking with it, which its polarity brings you the world. So if you've been feeling that you're not really able to make that commitment prior to now, I feel that from July onwards that will change. So for some of you, you may be getting engaged or even married, or it could be that you're committing to your job, and while you're still balancing what you want to do in your career and how you want to balance that with your home life and your private life. But knowing when to retreat, because you've got two cards here showing me a bit of a retreating from the busyness. Because I do feel, Taurus, that you are quite busy, which may or may not be a good thing for you, because you may feel that you do need to relax and have a break. Now, for the lunar eclipse at the 16th of July, this lunar eclipse for the 16th and 17th of July will be visible over most of Asia, Australia, South America and Europe. And the solar eclipse on the 3rd of July, the 2nd to the 3rd of July, will be visible over the South Pacific, east of New Zealand, and Chile and Argentina will be able to see that. And the effects of the lunar eclipse will unfold over the next 4 months, and the effects of the solar eclipse will unfold over the next 6 months. So now I would like to ask and give thanks to the angels, my guides and Great Spirit for the confirmation card reading for Taurus for July 2019. What messages are there for the confirmation of this reading for Taurus, for the highest good of Taurians and for the good of all concerned? Oh, we'll take that one. It wanted to fall out. So, what do we have? We have the 7 of Autumn, Cow, which is quite relevant to Taurus, being a bull. So, for you, Taurus, the message is: the planning, resources and effort you invest in your dream will reap great rewards. In the meantime, have patience and meditate on your next step. Well, I do feel that that is a wonderful confirmation for the spread that is here for the wheel for July. So wonderful things being shown there, Taurus, and just remember that the eclipses are the universe's way of letting you know where in your life it wants you to pay some attention. Okay? Because those areas of your life are where there is change needed or change happening? And what have you been putting out there to bring those changes around? So it's letting you know to pay attention, and the changes are transforming those areas of your life for the highest good. So thank you everybody for watching. If you have enjoyed this month's reading, please do share it with someone if you think that it may help them. And if you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button just over there, and you'll be able to receive any future updates. And if you click the little bell next to it. If you would like to follow me or contact me, you can do so through my email, which I have left the details for that in the description box. I am also on Facebook and Twitter, and they are also there in the description box, or you can go to my website. Oh no, all the information is down below. So have a wonderful month in July. I will be back with a pick a pile, I feel, this month I will do for the full moon spread, which will also be on the lunar eclipse on the 16th or 17th of July. And if you haven't joined my L Psychic Astrology group, I have left the link below, and it is a members only group where I do additional readings and hold events exclusively for the members. So do click on that and join that as well, because I do extra things in that group. So thank you again, sending you much love and blessings, and I will talk to you again for the next Zodiac Wheel reading, Taurus. Namaste.